Well, there's my old truck. She's been a good one to me. Always been reliable and dependable. Go out there. She's been one to start up before nothing else will. So I think I'll keep her. A standard basic setup of 351 modified, 2-barrel intake, 2-barrel carburetor, power brakes, air conditioning, power steering, just the usual. Until you get water in your oil from a blown head gasket. Now it's time to take her apart and repair her. This is some more shots here before I start taking it apart. See what the stock engine looks like, if you didn't know. And just a little better shot there of the coil up on top of the engine and the distributor and the brain box over there on the fender wall. 2-barrel carburetor. Just some more shots here, me tearing it down and getting a visual there of what's going on. Just kind of recording the progress. Coming across some more chocolate milk in the system. Got to get rid of that. That's not going to do me any good. So in the process of tearing it down, you run across this kind of stuff here of worn parts and things. This was a remanufactured engine that was probably no more than about 30,000, 40,000 miles on it. And I don't know if these were replaced originally when they were put in, or if they got new ones put in it at all. I can't remember who did the actual reman on this engine, but I bought it from the local auto parts store. This is just me keeping up with my parts when I take it apart so I can keep up with everything. I bought me some new rocker arms. I got these from Comp Cams, also from Summit. And that's the part number there. I got a list here coming up here before too long. Here are my lifters I pulled out and did an inspection on them. They looked alright, so I just reused them. And these little retainers here, the oil retainers that they go on top of my rocker arms, you need to make sure you keep up with them, and if you come across any that are broke, you have to go to a salvage yard to get those, because you will not find those anywhere in any part store. And I did get the water and oil mixture out of my cylinder walls there. I'm just checking my head gaskets there, making sure that they are the proper ones and proper fit. And I got one head on. Yay, I'm making progress. Just one thing at a time, and got my heads on there, got an engine painted, and then I started working on getting my headers set up. That's what the green cloth is down there on the lower left there. And here you can see one of the headers there is slightly touching the bottom of the cab there, the floor pan. I need to dimple that a little bit. And here's one where same header come down beside my transmission. I have to dimple that a little bit, but these fit better than any other ones that I used, and so just the bending of the tubes themselves was correct. Here's my parts list that I installed onto my truck. I only used a 600 carburetor because I'm not going for drag strip racing. This is just for fun, and so and trying to get a little more fuel economy out of it, but a little performance at the same time. And there's another shot of my headers. I'm just checking clearance on this around my power steering pump and my linkage here that goes down to the transmission. And this is part of the intake manifold gasket. I did use the belly pan that goes up underneath this, but these are the pieces that go at each end, the front and back. And after you get them torqued down, they squirted out on me, so I had to take it off and pull them out. And I just used the black foam, not black foam, but the black gasket maker, and filled it all in. And actually I took this picture just to make sure everything set in tight. And there's an overall view. Got my rocker arms in, and it's looking pretty good. You can see here my distributor here sits up a little higher than the other one did, so make some modifications for that. Here's my headers hanging down below the frame there a little bit. You do have to remove one of the cross member beams to get those headers in place and to pull it back in. It's a pretty tight fit. Here's the overall. You can see I've raised up my air breather there and got it spaced up and got everything anchored down, and I believe I've test run it at this time just to make sure everything's working like it's supposed to. This is just another picture from the driver's side there, admiring my work of completion. And this is the bracket that you have to get, which I've got in my parts list earlier in the video, that you have to get for a Ford application. It gives you your kick down lever for your transmission, and it's just an up close view of it. And this is my HEI distributor that is actually it's a GM style distributor that I put on a Ford truck, which is kind of odd, but this comes from Summit that they make, because it is actually a better style distributor than the old points and coil that comes with the truck and that big old silver brain box over on the fender wall. I got rid of all that over there, and it's all inside my one distributor cap right here now, so it's all convenient and less wiring. And it's got a lot more power coming out of it, which helps for cranking and running and everything else. Now, enough talking about it. Let's hear it run for a little bit. I know this is what y'all tuned in for.